So after what feels like years, RELL has finally returned and confirmed some incredible news. And when I say it felt like years, it honestly might have felt more like centuries, because I literally haven't uploaded since the last time they dropped news. So y'all might not have seen me in a minute. But before we get into all the individual details, in general, why is this news so good? Well, the first thing is we haven't got to news in so long, so for them to actually break the silence means they've probably made significant progress. And the next thing is just the news itself. We get to see new NPCs that we've never seen animated, new bosses that we've never seen animated, even a little bit of fruit information. And they also talked about movie 3, which movie 3 is confirmed, and they also talked about possible release date stuff, but we'll get into that later in the video. But real quick, as you guys know, I haven't uploaded in literally like 2.5 millennia, so because of that, this video is automatically gonna do pretty bad on YouTube's end. So if you guys could do me a favor and just like, subscribe, or comment, or literally do anything, just watch the video so I can actually get, you know, the algorithm boost, because I'm gonna need it. I'm part of that, you know what I mean? I'm trying to resurrect this channel and upload again, so it'd mean a lot. Thank you. But now that we got all that out the way, let's actually get into the new news. So the first thing they dropped was some new wildlife, and wildlife has already been stated to be a big thing in RELL. And to be honest, we've already seen a bunch of creatures that are confirmed to be in the game, but they've just confirmed even more. The first one actually funny as hell. It's literally the RELL logo frog, and it looks like the frog's actually going to be a mount as well. I don't know if this is going to be a straight wildlife mount or maybe like a subscription based mount from the Discord server. We'll just have to wait and see. Maybe possibly a boss drop as well. We just don't know yet. I will say I didn't know the RELL frog had it like that. Look, he got all types of colors on him. In my head, I just thought the whole RELL frog was green. Don't tell me y'all thought there was blue and orange on the RELL frog. Maybe the most useful information I've learned in the past year was that the RELL frog is not just green. But as you guys can see, the frog also seems to have a little lamp connected to it. I think that's a lamp. Tell me if that's not a lamp in the comments, but maybe that'll be able to light up stuff nearby or something. I don't know. But from the animations, we could tell the frog could swim, jump very high, and walk normally, which all makes sense because it is a frog. And since it's literally the poster boy of the game, I would expect this mount to be pretty good. The next mount they showed is actually showed to be a multiple person mount. As you can see, there's 2 people on it, and I believe that is actually a subscription based mount, and we have seen that one before, but we never seen animations for it. The fact that this mount can hold multiple people is definitely going to make it automatically pretty decent. By adding more features like this, for like a mount being able to hold multiple people, it's just going to make the mount system more in depth and actually differentiate the mounts from each other. I think it's very easy for games to make the mistake of making all mounts just basically the same thing but different cosmetically, so I do think it is a good idea to actually have them function differently as well, and I think that will make mounts feel a lot cooler. And the next mount they showed was a chicken mount, and I can imagine Skitty, RELL Skitty the animator, studying chicken. So okay, the chicken needs to bob his head this way, because I'm gonna be real, he actually did cook up on all these mounts, but especially this chicken mount looked very realistic to how I would imagine a chicken functions in real life. I mean, I don't know, I don't have chickens, but that's how it looks like it would move in my head. And real quick, tell me if I'm tripping, but does this chicken not look like the same chicken that was boxing and throwing hands with Peter Griffin? I know y'all see it. Don't tell me I'm tripping about this. I know y'all see it. And the next mount they showed us is an octopus, and I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, they're gonna have to call me the Deep for what I'm about to do to this octopus if I get it. But I assume this mount is gonna be able to actually go underwater. I mean, it's literally an octopus mount, and the depths are supposed to be a big thing in this game. I assume it's not gonna be better than having a submarine, but we'll just have to wait and see, because there's a lot of info about that we just don't know yet. The next one they showed is this orange shark, and I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, this orange shark does not look happy. I don't really have much more to say about him. He just looks kind of mad. I assume he'll also be able to go underwater though. And the last mount they showed us is a spider mount, and hey, the spider mount might low-key be broken because it might be able to climb like straight up walls and stuff, which would be pretty nice to have. I won't lie though, me personally, I don't like spiders, so I'm still not rocking it even if it can climb walls. But for some reason they also showed us, I believe, a death animation for it, even though none of the other ones we've seen a death animation for it, but hey, the more you know. But the next thing they dropped was my personal favorite information of everything they just dropped, and it was some more boss fight sneaks. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people didn't like what they seen in movie 2 with the boss fight. Some people really did though. It's kind of mixed, but I don't know what it is about these new boss fights they just showed, but in my opinion these look much better. The first boss fight they showed us is actually the same boss from that entrance we got a while ago, which was that monkey boss. If you guys remember, he was like in a chair and then he jumps off the chair. But I won't lie, I was not familiar with his game. I was low-key hating on him a little bit, but now hey, he's kind of like that. And the reason I say he's kind of like that is peep the left corner of the screen. They thought this would go unnoticed, but RELL, I don't know if this is RELL bad or RELL sin, it just says RELL, but he put exclamation point God command, so he went to God mode. That didn't work for some reason, so he had to heal all just to heal himself. So if he packing up his own creator, the owner of the game, we're gonna have to put some respect on his name is what I'm saying. But as you guys can see, his attacks do look really cool, and you might notice something, there is no swords. And this is part of the reason when they initially revealed build this boss, I didn't think it was the same monkey that fought Zora. Like, obviously, this monkey and the Zora monkey do have very similar resemblance, but it's not using the sword, so I'm thinking, okay, it's not that monkey, right? But they just dropped some new information, which is making me think it 100% is the same monkey. RELL said bosses have stages to them, where the boss will get more difficult and utilize new abilities locked behind that stage. Also, keep in mind, most clips are showing bosses in development, where I lock them to one certain move instead of giving them their full moveset for testing. Quick info on them. And I don't know if y'all could tell where I'm going with this, but basically he's confirming these bosses that they've shown right now are gonna have stages. And if this boss is gonna have a stage, in my opinion, it's pretty obvious it's gonna be a stage with a sword. It would also make sense why in the initial entrance cutscene it didn't have a sword, because they could have like a mid-fight stage cutscene where it could actually get the sword or whatever and start using it. Now, there is still a good chance I'm wrong, to be honest, but I feel like that would be a big missed opportunity if they didn't do that. And you know, regardless, they should definitely do that if that's not what they're already doing. Unless they have a better idea, we'll just have to wait and see, but I'm very confident that's probably what they're doing. But let me know what y'all think they're going to be doing with this boss in the comments. But there is no debate over what the next boss is. It's called Alucard, but hey, let's be so serious. This is Gecko Moria. I believe they did change his hair color and a few things for copyright, but for the most part, you can clearly tell that's Gecko Moria, and I'm very glad about that. But Gecko Moria's first attack is tough as hell. He like grabs you, puts you in a shadow, and then cuts you with his scissors. And he might be doing combos, because his second attack is he can TPs, turn into a complete shadow, then TP behind you, jump scare you, and then cut you. But then his next attack is the full 360 Beyblade attack. Shing, shing, shing. Y'all know what I'm saying. Basically just a barrage skill. Now, what I am wondering is, I'm assuming these scissors are going to drop from him. I think that is a big wasted opportunity if he doesn't drop these scissors. So in that case, do you guys think they'll have the same scales when you actually get them, or they'll have completely new skills? Obviously, one of the scales straight TPs and uses shadow powers, but they did say they're actually gonna let a lot of weapons use the fruit of the user. Like, it's gonna be connected, kinda. Like, for example, Bicenta will have some Gura fruit powers, even though the weapon doesn't have that in the show. It's just a weapon. Now, there's been a lot of debates around that. I personally am fine with it, but I know some people don't like that, and they want it to simply be just normal weapon skills. But their logic is you won't really be able to resemble the weapon if it doesn't use the same moves it did in the show, or at least similar moves. So I get both perspectives, to be honest. All I'm saying though, if the scissors do get those skills, we might have to go and grind the Gecko Moria boss a million times until we get the weapon, because those moves are looking kind of nice. But let me know which boss y'all think looks better between the monkey boss and Gecko Moria. I like both, and I think there is noticeable improvement since movie 2, so that's a very big deal in my opinion. Now, the next thing seems to actually be a fruit skill, which is crazy because this is one of the few fruits that didn't even have like a transformation, but now it kind of does. And they didn't say anything, so this is all speculation, but this seems to be a smoke fruit move, and I'm assuming it's like smoke dragon or smoke dog wolf or something. Now, it's not exactly clear if this is going to be more of a transformation or just like a one-off skill thing. My guess is it's more of just like a one-off skill thing, but regardless, this is going to make the smoke fruit a lot better because the move itself looks pretty good, and it's also just going to be good transportation for the fruit itself. Mid-combat, you're going to be able to use this to get away and whatnot. Now, with this being said, let me know if smoke fruit enters your top 5 or top 10 fruits you're looking forward to. There is 30 fruits, so that's a lot of options, but I don't think smoke is going to be a bad one after seeing this. Now, I actually did forget to go over some information they dropped on the Twitter, so let me pull that up for y'all real quick. The first thing RELL showed us was just the dragon android mount from Punk Hazard in game or in Roblox Studio. As you guys can see, it does look really good, and this basically confirms Punk Hazard will be on release. I mean, I would assume where else would this be at? So maybe somewhat soon we'll actually get to see some map sneaks or something, but we'll just have to wait and see about that. Now, something that might matter to y'all, but I know it matters to me, is they did confirm Den Mushis. I don't know if these were confirmed before, to be honest, but basically it's going to work like GPO. If you guys have played that, where you're going to talk on one end and it's going to come out on the other end. Pretty basic stuff. I do think it would be cool if we end up getting some Den Mushi customization, because as you guys know, in actual One Piece, they get customized to literally every single person damn near. So I do think that would be really cool. And also, RELL Skitty, we're going to have to put you on fraud watch, because I don't know how you fell for this. Like, you know what I mean? This is like the most obvious trick in the book saying this, or you was just trying to express yourself. Either way, you're on fraud watch. Don't let me catch you lacking again, Skitty. Now, this is actually pretty old news, but I forgot to cover it. RELL Bad said that RELL Seas is not even out yet, and we reworked Dragon nearly 3 to 4 times already. That's the difference. Now, you're probably thinking, the difference from what? You know what I'm saying? He calling out some games is all I'm saying. But I mean, those of y'all that are already trying to go for Dragon, you know, 3-4 reworks, that whole gotta be clean at this point. So we'll just have to wait and see how nice it ends up being. But, you know, they're hyping it up pretty much. Now, what I would assume is the most important news to most of you guys watching is actually the movie 3 news and the quote-unquote release date news, kind of. The first thing they dropped around movie 3 was this art. Now, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be the thumbnail for movie 3, or I don't really know what else it would be for. And it appears to be some type of like broken building, and I think it's supposed to be something about progression is what I'm guessing, or it's some location that they're gonna do in movie 3. I'm not 100% sure. But RELL brothers, I mean, no hate when I say this, but I'm gonna be so for real. This is not a good thumbnail for YouTube. No one's really gonna know what this is. Change it to like Kaido like last time or something cool. Or literally like any zone fruit will work better than this in terms of an algorithm perspective, in my opinion. So I would just change it. But hey, that's just me. You can do what you want. I mean, YouTube even has a thing now where you can test 3 thumbnails and see which one does the best. So you could even just do that. But let's actually get into the info and get past my whole YouTube tutorial advice. So RELL said we'll outline what will be in this movie so there doesn't need to be any speculation, which I do think is a good thing, so no one ends up confused while they didn't see something they thought was going to be in it. But they did say it's going to be progression based, which I do believe is a big deal because progression is something we've been waiting to see for a long time, and it's honestly the thing that got RELL a lot of hype in the first place, was how they said progression was going to be different and fresh. And what I know a lot of y'all are fiending for, they said, and as promised, if the game is ready, we'll give you all a confirmed release date. So basically, if we get lucky and they're feeling confident enough, they'll give us a release date. And if they don't give us a release date, you'll know that rigorous testing is being done. Now, you guys can tell me what you think, but I'm gonna be real with y'all. I wouldn't put too much faith in getting a release date because you might end up just disappointed when movie 3 comes and we don't get a release date. And if you have this perspective, you'll be a lot more happy and surprised if they do give us a release date in movie 3. And you gotta understand why they're more hesitant to give a release date at this point, because they gave one and they weren't able to actually meet it. So they're not just trying to give false release dates all the time. So they're being more skeptical this time, which I understand. And then they said we are set to begin infrastructure testing this weekend, and from there we'll keep you updated on how things are going. As for testing, we are taking it seriously. For example, we implemented common sense. Example, even though you have a tutorial in the game, you won't play that tutorial. He then clarified that some people from the RELL team, which are Ray, Aiden, and Nate, will still help you, so it's not like you're going in completely blind. But the logic for why they're having players go in blind without a tutorial is so you can figure out the game yourself and then tell them what you think needs to be included in a tutorial or in features in the game and whatnot. I'm definitely interested to see if this works out very well. I'm not sure if they've done this for previous games, but y'all can let me know maybe if y'all are familiar with that. Realistically though, I don't think it will be that crazy difficult to figure out the basic features and whatnot, so hey, I'm sure it'll be fine. But I do want to take a second to get real with y'all on some real personal business. As y'all can see, I haven't uploaded in a while, and part of that, I won't lie, is my fault. A part of it is I've been doing a lot of other stuff in my life, you know, whether the game, my school, a bunch of different things. I do want to use this opportunity of RELL dropping more news to get me back into uploading YouTube videos. So if you guys have any ideas or any videos you want me to make, let me know in the comments, please. And I also want to say, I just appreciate y'all for still watching the videos. I don't know how good this video will do since I haven't uploaded in such a long time, but if y'all are hearing this, I mean, clearly someone's seen this video, and I appreciate y'all for doing that. Like I said, it's probably not going to do as well, but if y'all wanted to like, comment literally anything. You could comment feats, you could comment Dream Chaser is big, and you could comment anything you want, or you could just subscribe or come to the annual Nami Feet Hangout, DFG, SwiftDFG Nami Feet Hangout edition. That will be tomorrow, I believe. But on some real stuff, the support you guys actually show, even when I sell and stuff like this, hey, it doesn't go unnoticed, and I appreciate it. Like, bro, I'll be playing Marvel Rivals, and I got people on Marvel Rivals telling me to upload and show support, so hey, I appreciate that. And with all that being said, thank y'all, love y'all, peace out.